Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to Bwtm Sports. If you haven't subscribed already, please do hit the subscribe button, smash the like button, and of course, hit the share button. Share the video as well. All right, here we go. We're talking about. Wait a second. I got to do this. Let me get a little chuckle to myself because it's not going to last long. Is anybody in the house, in the room, remember the video that was done? I don't know exactly the date it was done, but it was done. Dereck Chisora versus David Price seems the obvious choice after Parker pulls out. Okay? Video had 250 views. It had 6 comments, 13 likes, and of course, the usual candidates, 2 dislikes. So Perry Norman says, Ortiz pulls out and Chisora steps up. Okay? Unlikely. Listen to this guy. He was so sure. Siri Rust says, unlikely. They are good friends, and Chisora was the one who encouraged him not to retire. And Michael Thomas says, Shannon Briggs versus Dereck Chisora. So, you want to hear the reply? So, Angela Key says, KSI and Logan Paul have reinvented boxing. Briggs is a star to a whole new audience, win or lose. And my comment in response to was that that gentleman that said that Chisora and Price would never fight because they're good friends. I said boxing's a business. Friendships go out the window and boxing's a business, and that's what it's all about. It was quite obvious to me that Dereck Chisora and David Price was going to be the fight that was going to be put together. It was obvious. You just had to look for the matchroom roster. Price didn't have a fight. Parker pulled out. And the best fight I saw there was Price against Chisora. Both British names, both household names, both coming off good wins. Why wouldn't you put those two together in ring and fight? Why would you put Chisora in with Hunter? It would make Chisora look bad. Nobody wants to see that fight. You wouldn't put Chisora in with, well, you could put him with Bwtm, but then Bwtm could fight somebody else. So we have it now that Chisora and Price are going to fight. It was obvious for me. But of course, I don't know about but I don't know anything about boxing, clearly, once again. I would title this The Battle of the Reboots. That's what I would call this title. Something similar to what Michael Thomas has put in here. The Battle of the Reboots. Because at the end of the day, how many times do these guys get rebooted? Or the Battle of the Comebacks, or the Battle of the rebuilding, or or we could call this Back to the Drawing Board. Man, I could do this promotion. Back to the Drawing Board, right? So for the winner, they move on to the next fight. Okay, I won't hear no crap about no World Honors. Don't tell me no crap about, oh, no, the winner of this fight will go on to World Honors. Don't tell me that, because that's bull crap. The winner of this fight will not go on to World Honors. No way, shape, or form will they go on to World Honors, right? So don't tell me this fight, you know, it's all on the plate. It's all on the fight. If David Price loses, then there's no way back. And if Chisora loses, there's no way back. Don't tell me that crap. Because, you know, 6 weeks, 8 weeks, or 3 months down the line, you'll have David Price or Dereck Chisora on an undercard. We know how it goes because it's happened over and over and over again. Until these guys say they're going to retire, and even if they're going to retire, you send them a set paycheck and you're back again, and you put them on an undercard. You know, they're going to fill. You know, these guys are guys. No, this is no disrespect to these boxers. No, this is no respect. And if any about money they can make, I am always happy to hear a fighter's getting paid and making the money, right? I'm happy for that. But we just know the script. We know the script. You're all based on the script. You know it. I know it. We all know it. So let's just play the game and play the rules. I try and play clean, right? So the battle of the reboots. Chisora's been rebooted, what, 9 times? 9 times? And how many times has David Price been rebooted? The bottom line is this is a good fight. I don't care because both guys I like. I like both guys. I made a statement a couple of years back that if David Price got it together, I believe David Price could go on and become a world champion. I said it and people mocked me. He beats Dave Allen, a guy that I knew he was going to beat. Oh, Dave Allen would beat him. David Allen just had to walk up to him and hit him with a right hand. Well, you saw what happened. Price was able to lean back, use the jab and box, right? And Price looked in that fight like he got it together. I said if Price could get together, he's a big puncher. He's got good boxing. He's got some good boxing ability, and he got it together. Nice little shoulder roll. You know, good work on the inside, turning. I liked what I saw of Price. You could see some improvement there from Price. I was happy with that, and I was impressed with what I saw of him. Okay, so I was happy with what I saw of Price. Dereck Chisora, on the other hand, looked big, strong, powerful. His shoulders, you can see them, the power on his shoulders. There's been a lot of, I don't know if it's lifting of weights, but you can see the power around his shoulders, around his back. His shoulders, a lot more hench. So you can see Chisora's really punching with real power. I'm not sure how that translates in terms of the opponents he's fought, because against Senet Gashi, he looked like absolute garbage against Senet Gashi. And then against Spilka, he looked sensational against Spilka, but let's get it straight. Deontay Wilder really did finish Spilka's career, and Spilka's not been the same fighter since, and his durability was shot then. So by the time Chisora hit him on the chin, there was no fight. So, you know, Chisora did what he had to do to get him out of there, but let's not blow things out of proportion as to what Dereck Chisora looking at. This guy's lost 9 fights. Now, I'm not saying losing 9 fights is a death sentence, but what I am telling you is that there's 9 different ways to beat this guy, or he's shown 9 ways of how to beat him. Okay, so people talk like Dereck Chisora, some sort of world-beating sort of, you know, Dereck Chisora's a good fighter. I mean, he's a good fighter. He's a steady fighter. Steady's the word, you know. And depending on what side of the bed Dereck gets out is dependent on how up for it a fight is in. Now, we know the Senet Gashi fight, well, he wasn't really tested there. He was basically chasing the guy around the ring. And the other guy he fought, well, you know, he got rid of him. David Price's last fight was against Dave Allen, and everyone had their opinion of how Dave Allen was going to walk in there and hit him with the overhand right. And I said, you know what? David Price has seen Dave Allen sort of opponents most of his career. And if he's getting beat by Dave Allen, no disrespect to Dave Allen, but that type of style, based off his amateur pedigree and the sort of guys he's fought, he shouldn't be getting beat by by Dave Allen. Now, this fight, Dereck Chisora, I know how a lot of people break this down. Well, Chisora just put the pressure on Price, and Price will get backed up against the ropes, and then Chisora will land, and then Price will get knocked out. Yeah, that is one scenario. But listen to this scenario. Dereck Chisora got knocked out badly. I mean, David Haye knocked him out, yeah, but Chisora was laid out flat by Dillian Whyte late on in the fight. Now, let me remind you about that Dillian Whyte fight. If you look to the first round Dillian Whyte fight, I believe Dillian Whyte hurt Chisora badly and didn't follow up on it. I've seen him get hurt by Parla. I've seen him get rocked by, what's this boy's name? Hellenius. I've seen Chisora get buzzed by a lot of fighters. I know Chisora's got a good chin, so they say. But this is Chisora now, an older version of Chisora, and a Chisora that was buzzed badly by Dillian Whyte in the first round. So, for me, if David Price can keep Chisora on the jab on the outside and hit Chisora something early coming in, really early, and hurt Chisora, He can get Dereck Chisora out of there because he has the punching power that Dillian Whyte has got in a left hook, but he's got it in that right hand. That right hand is something. And all David Price had to do is still confidence. Throw that jab and hit Chisora with that right hand. Chisora's going to have to be bobbing and weaving and coming in. But we don't know Chisora's training at the moment. I know he's training hard with Brian Jennings at the moment. But I know it's a fight for technically the better boxer for me is David Price. The better fighter is Dereck Chisora. The more technically skilled for me is David Price. And in terms of one-punch knockout power, it's David Price. Don't forget about Smilker fight. It's David Price. You've seen what Price can run through guys. And if Price's confidence can build from that Dave Allen fight. And the good thing about that fight is Dave Allen, Dereck Chisora, similar type of builds, similar type of styles, come forward, brawling, marauding styles, get your head in your chest, swing punches over the top, similar type of style. Chisora now was going to have to prepare to fight a taller guy again in terms of the Spilker fight, and he was training to fight Parker. Okay, so Parker and Price are two different type of styles now. Price is taller, long with a jab, big right hand. Do you know what I mean? Good boxing skills, traditional. Been for the amateur ranks and gone through that way. The world championships, has got that pedigree that Parker didn't have and doesn't have. Right? Parker's got his ceiling, and his ceiling is based on Kevin Barrett. And we know that Parker, for what I know from Parker, is that he still doesn't know how to block a left hook, and doesn't know and backs himself straight up into ropes, and is vulnerable to the left hook. His trainer has not taught him how to block a left hook yet. I was sitting down from here and behind the keyboard or behind a screen and could see that before the fight was even made, I'm saying, you're open to a left hook. And Dillian Whyte's got a great left hook. And Dillian Whyte will catch you with that left hook and you will get knocked down. So I can see a way that David Price can win this fight. But some things must be clear. Hey, smash the like button. You're in the room, guys. Come on. Smash the like button. 2 people liking this. There's 11 people in the room. Come on, man. Come on. There are ways that I believe. There's more ways I believe David Price can win this fight than Dereck Chisora. The one way I think Dereck Chisora can win this fight is by marauding forward, waiting for Price to tire, and then landing the right hand over the top. That's how Dereck can win the fight. For David Price, he can win using the jab and using the right hand and boxing and tying Chisora up. Listen, Chisora doesn't like frustration. He doesn't like being frustrated in a fight. He needs to fight. Has Price got the power to blast Chisora out there? Yes, he's got the power, because I think David Price, outside Vitaly Klitschko, David Price is the single most one-punch knockout artist in heavyweight boxing for me. Outside of obviously the Wilders and stuff, Price is that level. And we're talking about we're not talking about world level now, British European level. The Price is right when it comes to that right hand. So far, it's shown. So if Price can wobble Povetkin, he can certainly wobble Chisora. And nobody's going to sit here and tell me that Dereck Chisora is a better inside fighter or a better fighter than Povetkin. Nobody's going to tell me that. So all these experiences, the Povetkin fight, the fight against Dave Allen, Price is improving. You might not want to take it from me. I think David Price is improving. And if he's got that confidence going, like he had from the David Price fight, he's got that confidence going. And I saw about that nastiness in him that I've never seen in David Price from the Cash Ali fight. From the Cash Ali fight. Now he buzzed Cash Ali before he got bitten and he was hurt by Cash Ali. He hurt Cash Ali bad. That's what made Cash Ali bite Chisora, bite Price, because Cash Ali got hit with something. He's like, shit, never been hit like this before. Never had to get hit like this before. So he was in survival mode. He came to realization when he got hit by Price. Boom! Oh shit! What's this? What is this? I got brain scrambling. What's going on? Let me just do whatever I can to survive, to stay in here. That's how hard Price hit Cash Ali. They had and bite, because get this guy involved and bite him, because these guys hitting too hard. This guy's hitting too hard, and I can't handle this. This is at British level, British level. That is where Price is good at. We know that. So Dereck Chisora, yeah, although he's won the European title, he's between British and European level. That's where he's at. So David Price, I think if he had been managed correctly, if he'd been managed like Deontay Wilder, he may well have been a world champion today. Bad management has got Price where he is today. Bad management. I always say it. If Price loses, if Dereck Chisora loses, they'll get brought back again. They'll get brought back again. I have no doubt they'll get brought back again. Poor management. See, David Price is down to poor management, right? Dereck Chisora is different. David Price is down to poor management, right? But I remember Dereck in his 15th fight, I think 14th, 15th fight, going to fight Vitaly Klitschko. Now, somebody would argue me and tell me, well, Vitaly Klitschko's a bigger puncher than David Price. Techniques are different. Techniques are different. Vitaly is always there and he's clipping you. He's always there. He's always there. He's herky-jerky. He's there. Price is more robotic. He'll stand right in front of you. Boom, boom. That's why Price, when he gets hit with a shot, clean. Whereas, Klitschko's there and he's bouncing. And he's got the arm out like this. And he's always, doing this. You remember Klitschko used to do to the hand? He raised right hand, blind you with a left jab, boom, with the right hand. Problems I've always had with David Price. I hope he gets it right. The left jab is key. Price can't come in, messing around the jab like that. I did see him use more of the shoulder, which was nice as well, the improvement there. So he's got to be really ramming that jab home when he gets clipped from Chisora from round one. And he's got to hit Chisora hard and early. Inside the first round, he's got to hurt Chisora, like really hurt him. And when he hurts him, he's got to jump on him. He's got to jump on him. He's got to be throwing punches at Chisora like Hearns Hagler. That's how Price has got to fight. He's got to look to take Chisora out in the first 6 rounds, I think. I really do think that. Because unlike Dave Allen, Chisora's got a tank that can go a bit more. I don't know what kind of condition Dereck Chisora is in, because obviously he's broke up with Dave Colwell. I don't know if he's been trained by a professional trainer. I don't know if he's doing it by himself. I don't know. I haven't kept in contact with that. I don't know. I know David Price will probably be in great shape, and he'll, I think half of Price's stamina issues have come from his mental state, being mentally, not sure of himself, and the adrenaline and all that stuff. But I think he should have more confidence. He's fought better fighters than Dereck Chisora. And that's what he's got to put his head. I fought better fighters than Dereck Chisora. Right? And yeah, I got beat by them. But I got beat by Bwtm. And, the other day, Bwtm just went and beat Hughie Fury. So I think Price stands a good chance in this fight. He really does. Because I believe he's got the power to not only stun Chisora, but to knock Chisora out. I really do. I really do. I don't think Chisora gets any better. I think Chisora fights the same way in every fight. And he's there to get hit and get buzzed early. In the majority of his fights, Chisora gets buzzed. But people don't seize the moment. But and people don't have the kind of punching power that Price has. So I think it's a dangerous fight for Dereck Chisora. I think it's a dangerous fight for Price as well. And Dereck Chisora, you just don't know what mood Chisora will come in. So you just don't know what sort of Okay, let's put it this way. People saying that David Price needs a good defense. Well, the best defense that David Price can have this part of his career is a brilliant offense. That's what I say. If you ain't got no defense, then have a wicked offense. And he's got power there. He's got a nice jab and a right hand when he puts it together. And I like the way he boxed against Dave Allen. I'm more impressed with David Price's improvements and what he did against Dave Allen than what Chisora did against Spilka. Do you know what I mean? Because there wasn't much of Spilka left. But with Dave Allen, we knew rock solid chin, tough, rugged, and a lot of people backed Dave Allen to beat Price. Okay? So the price for Dave Allen that night weren't right. Okay? So let's remember that. So when we look at previous performances, you know, he hits hard enough. I mean, he hits hard enough to ensure that Mr. Allen was being stretched out the arena afterwards. That's how hard David Price hits, okay? And nobody else. Tony Yoka didn't do that. Dillian White didn't do that. Luis Ortiz, although he bust up inside Allen's mouth, he didn't do that. So just David Price can punch. Don't underestimate. I hope Dave Hay is not Chisora's trainer. I sincerely hope not. But if it happens, then I wouldn't be surprised. Nothing surprises me today. That's what people are saying in the room, by the way. David Price, if he beats Chisora, put him back in Povetkin. Hell no. That's the kind of crazy management. No. Get David Price a world title shot. Get him fight for the WBA title. Let him fight Manuel Shah. That's what I would try and do and angle it that way. I know that Trevor Bryant and Manuel Shah was meant to fight in September. I don't know what happened with that. Get David Price down that way. If Eddie Hearn's smart, he'll get this fight for the WBA Intercontinental belt, heavyweight title belt, or something like that. Some sort of belt that gets him a top 10 ranking in the WBA to make him eligible to fight for the WBA world title. That's what I would do. I would do that. If I were about Matchroom, I would do that. I would try and get them some sort of them minor belts to fight for. I don't know, a WBA global belt or a WBA diamond belt or a WBA bronze belt or a WBA Matchroom FC belt. I don't know, just something. I don't know. I'm talking about my ass, but what I'm basically saying is that some sort of belt that's going to get them in the WBA rankings. They can forget the WBC or Wilder. Ain't happening. And they can forget the other Ruiz and Joshua. Those two belts at the moment are constipated. Yeah, they're constipated. So we need to get some release at them two belts. With Ruiz and Wilder. So we need some clarification in the next year to find out what's going with them belts. In the time being, you got the WBA still lingering around. So one of them guys should be trying to get themselves into that break that top 10, WBA top 10. Yeah, that's what I'd like to see that happen. I don't want Price anywhere near Joe Joyce. I don't want to see Price near anybody else in the British rank. If he gets past Chisora, let's get this guy a world title shot. I mean, I mean, I contradict what I said earlier about this fight. These guys are going to get a world title shot next. But of all the guys, Dereck Chisora's fought for a world title. Remember, I don't think, to my mind, David Price has ever fought for a world title. I don't think he has. So I'd like to see David Price get a world title shot. So if he is going to get beat and he's going to get knocked out, at least let it be for a world title shot. Now, at this point, you know, I'd love to see him. Let's see. I think Price can still become a solid contender if he manages to tighten his defense. He has the same chin issues that Vladimir did, and Vladimir did good later. Yes, I agree. Price needs a good trainer to teach him defense. Well, me and Bashir have spoken about this for months on end. And once he said, I'm going to train David Price finished. He said, no, mate, no, uncle. There's still some kicking David Price. Well, look at him now. And uncle said, you know what? The one thing I like about David Price, Bounce back ability. The guy shows heart. He's coming back. People underrate Price. If he does well against Chisora, I think Price v Parker would be a good fight for Price. Parker solid puncher, but because cautious fighter, so Price would get time to work his work off. Don't want to see that fight either. It's a road to nowhere. Why are you fighting Parker for? To build Parker's resume? No, not a good fight. Parker's not a champion. No, I wouldn't want to see that fight. Ingram, what happened? What happened to interviewing Don Charles? It's been a few years. It has indeed. Price v Joyce would be interesting. Price, new name. Price is right. That's it. European belt. That's interesting. Ingram, see my message? I did. No, I don't want to see Price fight for no damn European belt either. Nah, I don't want to see that either. I don't want to see David Price getting beat at European or knocked out at European level. Why? Because we've seen it all before. I don't want that. I want to see Price fighting for a world title. Get this man a world title shot. Get this man a world title shot. Please, get him a world title shot after this fight. If he gets past Chisora, world title shot. Come on. Oh, on the back of what? He's been around a while and he hasn't had a world title shot. That's what I'm saying. But I'd like to see him get a world title shot. I mean, there's been heavyweights that have done a lot less, no names we mentioned, a lot less and got world title shots. So why not get David Price a world title shot? If they can do it, and if anybody can, I believe Matchroom can do it. So, hey, it was no brainer that Matchroom got the fight with, another fight that I think would be good. You may laugh at me. Tyson Fury, David Price. That would be a good fight. That would be a good fight. I would pay to see that fight. I would like to see, I'd like to see, you know what? I'd like to see, if Ruiz won, I'd like Ruiz to get a voluntary and make his voluntary defense against David Price. That would be great. A voluntary defense against David Price. I mean, that would be, and I guess that would work out quite well for Matchroom as well. Because if Joshua were to get beat by Ruiz again, I know they've got Usyk in the wings, and I know that Usyk will probably be next up if Joshua were to win. But let's say, for example, if Ruiz were to win, and Ruiz said, you know what, I want to take a voluntary defense, I would want Ruiz and Price to fight. That's the only way I could see Price kind of slipping in there, or late replacement for that, for either Deontay Wilder or another fight I'd like to see. I would like to see Price versus Wilder, because Price can punch hard, and Deontay Wilder can punch hard. That's a shootout. That's another fight I would love to see. Don't want to talk about Bashir on the show. Sorry, no Bashir talk. I don't think he would do well with Ruiz or Wilder, but he would probably beat Char. If Joshua can drop Ruiz, what was this? If Joshua can drop Ruiz, then I believe that then Price can drop Ruiz. I mean, he can drop Ruiz, but in Ruiz, I don't know. I'd love to see Wilder Price as well. So those are two fights I'd like to see. Let's see. Am I surprised she went home? Well, the doctor said he was okay. If the doctor said he's okay, then what do you do? Stick around? You've been around in Colombia for what, 2 months, right? Then you've this weigh-in and all the nonsense. So I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised she went home. No, I'm not surprised at all. No, I'm not surprised. But that's it really. So those are my thoughts on Chisora Price. But we'll see closer to. We haven't got a few weeks to go. Our Price. Let's see how that press conference goes. Let's see how Price's demeanor is. Let's see how Chisora takes Price. Let's see how Price talks to Chisora. Let's see how that goes. Who am I picking for this fight? This particular fight? Don't know yet. Don't know. But you've got to go. I think you've got to go with a boxer over the puncher. Price has got more skills than Chisora. So if Chisora wins this fight, I mean, Price brings more tools to the table. So I don't know why Wilder's talking about Usyk being too small. Wilder should know better than that, man. Wilder should know better talking that nonsense. He should know better than talk that nonsense. Wilder should stop that nonsense talk about he's too small. Yeah, I can't be too small when he saw him beat a guy and Joe Joyce, the size that bigger than himself. Nah, man, I need to stop talking that nonsense, man. I bet you want Price to win since he's your friend. Is Price my friend? I didn't know Price was my friend. I think Price is gonna take it home unless Chisora clips him solid early. I don't know where you get your assumption that Price is my friend. It's a very strange assumption. Price, last two opponents, both area level. If Price don't stop him in 4, he gets taken out. I think that was what people said about the Allen fight, right? 50-50 Price yeah. Well, let's say we'll see how much of a puncher Price is. We'll know for sure in this fight. We'll know for absolute sure. If we're any doubts about Price's punching power, you say Dave Allen's area level. Dave Allen's area level. Well, if he's area level, Dillian White couldn't knock him out, but he knocked out Dereck Chisora. He couldn't. Lewis Ortiz couldn't knock him out. Tony Yoka couldn't knock him out, and none of them guys put Allen in a stretcher out the arena afterwards. So that will say all. Usyk must want to be. Listen, Usyk has got the footwork and the speed to cause Wilder nightmares because his footwork is so good. That's the thing with Usyk. He's got the footwork and he's got the hand speed to cause Wilder problems. Remember, the thing that makes Wilder so good, apart from his punching power, is his speed. He's not going to have those same advantages against a guy who's coming up from heavyweight, cruiserweight. That's another situation altogether. So don't buy the small stuff. Anybody talks about small heavyweights, come on. Mike Tyson was a small heavyweight and was dropping guys bigger than Wilder. Michael Moorer. Go back and look at Michael Moorer versus Mike the Giant White. Look at the career of Mike Tyson, Evander Holyfield. God, blimey. James Toney wasn't a big heavyweight. He knocked down big heavyweights. So I don't hear no talk about small and big heavyweights. If you're good, you're good. That's it. If you're good, you're good. You've got enough history in boxing. Mike the Giant White. Go and look at that video. For all you people who keep this rhetoric and this garbage about fighters that heavyweights are too big and this heavyweights too small, absolute rubbish. The same people that turn around and say about Mike Tyson. Mike was 5'9", 5'10", right? He was knocking guys 6'5", 6'6", 6'7" out. Come on. Stop it. Stop it. What's the excuse for when Michael Moorer, who's 6 foot, knocked out 7'1" Mike the Giant White? What's the excuse there? Huh? What's the excuse for when David Haye rocked Valuev? Was one of the biggest heavyweights in history, right? Rocked him with a right hand, left hook combination. Come on, man. Stop it. Stop that talk. Stop that talk. Wilder is a puncher, and he's a brutal puncher at that, yeah? A brutal puncher at that. But how many of them men that he's fought have got the kind of boxing ability that Usyk has got? Usyk's a better boxer than Luis Ortiz, man. Come on. Usyk is a better boxer, and he's a younger, fresher fighter than Luis Ortiz. He's more active than Luis Ortiz. He puts better punches together than Luis Ortiz. He's got better footwork than Luis Ortiz. And Luis Ortiz never won no damn Olympic gold medal. Luis Ortiz was third in the ranks in amateurs in terms of who was going to the Olympics. Luis Ortiz was third. You're talking about a guy third versus a guy that was, won the Olympics. Undisputed cruiserweight champion. You don't mess with that stuff, man. Wilder needs to just cool himself a bit with that nonsense talk. You know, it's okay when you've got a big target like Fury to hit, or you know, you got people that are slow or plodding and come forward like Brazil. Now here's a guy that's quite capable of making you miss and making you pay, because they are as fast as you, or potentially faster, because they're for a lighter weight division. So they'll see your punches coming and they would slip and do things that other guys can't do. Come on, man. Stop this talk. Usyk will give Wilder a lot of problems because of the footwork. When you fight at low weight divisions, right? When you fight at lower weight divisions, you see punches coming quicker. So when you got these heavyweights come at you, the punches are slower. So you slip them punches. That right hand Usyk could maybe slip and throw his own left. And Ortiz was able to cause in the first fight Wilder problems. That's an old Ortiz. That's an ancient Ortiz. All right. So I don't know where people are going with this small, big heavyweight. When a person starts saying about how small and big heavyweights, Evander Holyfield dropped Riddick, Big Daddy, Bo. Michael Moorer, a light heavyweight, moved up to heavyweight and knocked up Mike the Giant White. What more stories do I have to tell you about guys who are small moving up to heavyweight, knocking big heavyweights out? There's so many heavyweights that move, light heavyweights moved up. Oh, Roy Jones is too small, moves up, beats John Ruiz. The same John Ruiz who dropped Evander Holyfield and beat Evander Holyfield. That same John Ruiz. So stop the nonsense talk. It's embarrassing. Do you mean? Because you've got this history out there. Go and look, please, please. Mike the Giant White, Michael Moorer. Small guy, big guy. Big guy, timber. Small guy wins. It's not about big and muscle. Because if that was the case, then you know, the heavyweight division should be in the hands of Anthony Joshua still, right? Right? Jesus. Jesus. Unreal. I mean, I'm not being disrespectful to anybody, but you have videos. Do you not watch videos? Do you not see, like, boxing history? Look, I love Deontay Wilder. I think he's the most, in world boxing, he's the most destructive, biggest puncher, most exciting fighter in the division. Period. 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 In this era. Period. Nobody displays the sort of knockout power he does. Nobody knocks guys out with one punch the way he does. Nobody dispatches people the way he does. And it don't matter what level of the opposition. And even when he's sick, he's dispatching people. Unlike another guy who, every time he fights anybody that's below, above sea level, B level and A level, he always seems to get sick when he can't knock him out. This guy's knocking guys out even when he's not well. Yeah, Mike Tyson wasn't even 6 foot. He was just under. There we go. David, look at David too. There's another one. My God. People say Ortiz too old, but Eddie Hearn know what time it is, G. Oh, boy. Ortiz is old. He's ancient. He's like 50 now. Ortiz can't be any better. You cannot tell me a man is better in a rematch at 50 years or 49 years old. He'll bring more experience to it. He ain't going to be better. But Deontay Wilder would be better because he's improving, ever improving jab, ever improving confidence, and foot positioning, hand positioning better, and will be healthier coming in and probably heavier coming into this rematch. So the only way Deontay Wilder loses his fight is if he makes a horrible mistake. I won't gut Wilder again. Well, how can you? So that's what it is. That's what it is. So those are my thoughts on this. Love to know your thoughts on Chisora versus Wilder. Or Chisora versus Wilder. A fight might happen now. Chisora versus Price. Why do people keep talking about big heavyweights and small heavyweights? I don't get it. I don't understand it. A good biggin will be a good littlein, yes, but it has to be good. Yeah, and that doesn't always equate, because I saw Evander Holyfield, the first fight I saw him get well and truly get beat by Lennox Lewis. But in the rematch, I thought Holyfield beat Lewis in the rematch. But hey, that's all down to this. That's all down to interpretation. I thought Holyfield was more busier in the second fight. I thought Holyfield put his punches together better in the second fight, and he landed more crisper shots in the rematch. But hey, kudos to Lewis for winning the fight. Yeah. There we have it. There we have it. Don't forget to rate, subscribe. As always, leave your comments. Love your comments. Love to hear what you got to say. And yeah, and if you get a chance, do check out my. I've posted on Twitter my my pad session with James Elibashir. I don't know how many of you have seen it. But please do check it out.